Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1, where every coin tells a story, and some stories are so remarkable that they leave us in awe. In this episode, we explore the tale of the United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence coin from the year 2008, a coin that seems ordinary to most people but is hiding a secret that makes it one of the most astonishing discoveries in the world of rare coins. Let us begin our story by traveling back in time. The year is 2008, a period of global change, financial upheaval, and political transitions. In the United Kingdom, Queen Elizabeth II had already become one of the longest reigning monarchs in history, a figure of continuity and tradition. British coinage bearing her image had already been in circulation for decades. Coins are not merely tools for commerce, they are symbols of a nation, of authority, and of identity. The 2 pence coin, while small in value, holds immense cultural weight because it represents the everyday life of British people. Millions of these coins are minted each year, passed from hand to hand through shops, markets, and daily transactions. The 2 pence coin was first introduced in 1971 during the decimalization of British currency, when the country shifted from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to the new decimal system that aligned more closely with international practices. This transition was not just an economic adjustment, it was a cultural shift. The 2 pence coin became part of this new system, symbolizing modernization. Its design originally featured the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of ostrich feathers within a coronet, accompanied by the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. This design persisted for decades, reminding people of tradition and monarchy with every exchange. By 2008, however, a dramatic redesign was in progress. The Royal Mint embarked on a project to give British coins a new look, one that would reflect unity and national identity through a bold and innovative design. A young designer, Matthew Dent, won the competition with a concept that pieced together sections of the royal arms across different coin denominations. Each coin carried a fragment of the shield, and when placed together, they revealed the complete design. This creative concept was groundbreaking, making 2008 a historic year in British coinage. For the 2 pence coin, the design now displayed a segment of the royal shield, giving it a fresh and modern identity. But here lies the twist that makes the 2008 Elizabeth II 2 pence coin legendary among collectors. In the process of transitioning from the old design to the new one, mistakes occurred at the mint. Some coins struck in 2008 carried the old portcullis design instead of the new shield, while others displayed unusual variations in alignment, font, or striking errors. Minting errors are not uncommon, but when they happen during significant transition years, they create coins of extraordinary rarity and value. Suddenly, an ordinary 2 pence coin that was worth just 2 pence could be worth millions to collectors if it was one of these rare varieties. Now, let's imagine holding one of these rare coins in your hand. At first glance, it seems like any other copper-plated steel coin, weighing 7.12 grams, with a diameter of 25.9 millimeters, and the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. The Queen's portrait, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, is a familiar sight to anyone who has handled British coins from 1998 onwards. His design is characterized by a realistic depiction of the Queen, complete with her tiara, and the inscription, Elizabeth II DG Reg FD, followed by the year of minting. This inscription translates to, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith, linking the coin not only to modern Britain but also to centuries of monarchical tradition. But when you flip the coin, the story becomes more complicated. For the 2008 2 pence, most coins carry the new royal shield design, but a select few, due to minting mishaps, bear the older portcullis reverse. The portcullis design, featuring a chain gate symbolizing the Palace of Westminster, had been in use since 1971. To find a 2008 coin with this outdated design is like finding a message from the past mistakenly sent into the future. Collectors refer to such coins as mules or transitional errors, and they are among the most sought-after treasures in numismatics. The rarity of such coins is what creates astronomical value. Think of it this way: millions of coins exist with the standard design, and they are worth only their face value. But if only a handful carry the error design, their rarity transforms them into precious artifacts. In the world of coin collecting, rarity combined with historical context creates immense desirability. Collectors compete fiercely for such coins, driving their value to unimaginable heights. Beyond minting errors, condition also plays a huge role in determining value. A coin graded as mint state, or proof, condition, with sharp details, unblemished surfaces, and original luster, can command far higher prices than a worn or circulated example. For the 2008 Elizabeth II 2 pence, uncirculated rare varieties can reach extraordinary values. Stories circulate of these coins being discovered unexpectedly in loose change, shocking their finders when appraisers reveal their true worth. But why do collectors place such immense value on coins like this? The answer lies in human psychology and history. Coins are small, tangible connections to the past. They survive across centuries, enduring wars, revolutions, and social changes. They represent sovereignty, authority, and identity. Collectors, historians, and investors alike see rare coins not just as collectibles but as investments, cultural treasures, and even status symbols. Owning a rare coin is like owning a piece of the nation's history, something that cannot be replicated or replaced. The story of the 2008 Elizabeth II 2 pence coin has now become a legend in the coin collecting world. Articles, forums, and auction houses often discuss its mysterious varieties. Whenever one of these coins surfaces, it sparks excitement and bidding wars among collectors. Some coins have fetched staggering sums in private sales, setting records that seem unbelievable for something once considered pocket change. But this is the magic of numismatics: ordinary objects transformed into extraordinary treasures by rarity, history, and demand. When we consider the economic aspect, rare coins like the 2008 2 pence also represent stability in times of uncertainty. While stock markets rise and fall, and currencies fluctuate, tangible assets like rare coins maintain their value and often appreciate over time. For investors, this makes them attractive assets. But beyond the financial value lies the cultural and emotional value that cannot be measured in money. Each coin tells a story, and the 2008 2 pence tells one of change, tradition, and error, an accident that turned into a miracle. Imagine the thrill of finding such a coin. Perhaps you are going through an old jar of coins, or receiving change at a shop, when you notice something unusual. The year reads 2008, but the design doesn't match. At first, you may not even realize its significance. But upon closer inspection, you discover that you are holding one of the rarest coins in modern British history. The realization dawns on you that this tiny copper-plated disc, once meant for everyday transactions, could be worth more than houses, cars, or even fortunes. And now comes the moment you've been waiting for, the grand reveal that makes this story unforgettable. Among all the rare and collectible coins of the modern era, the 2008 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence coin, in its rarest and most valuable form, has reached a breathtaking valuation. Collectors and experts agree that one of these rare transitional era coins has been valued at an astonishing $17 million. Yes, you heard that correctly, $17 million. From 2 pennies to $17 million, this coin represents one of the greatest transformations in numismatic history. Top 2. Today, we embark on a journey to explore the story of the United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence coin of 1998, a coin that at first glance may appear ordinary, but upon closer examination reveals itself to be extraordinary in ways few could have imagined. This journey will take us through history, design, minting details, its place within the larger narrative of British coinage, and ultimately, the astounding value it has come to hold in the numismatic world. So sit back, as we dive deep into the world of coins and discover why the 1998 Elizabeth II 2 pence is worth an incredible $25 million. To understand the significance of the 1998 2 pence, we must first remind ourselves of the context of the United Kingdom's coinage system. The decimalisation of the British currency in 1971 brought about a major transformation, replacing the centuries-old system of pounds, shillings, and pence with a simpler, modern decimal system. This meant that the 2 pence coin, often abbreviated as 2p, became a new denomination introduced into circulation to help ease the transition. With its copper-plated bronze composition and distinct design, the 2 pence quickly became a familiar and widely circulated coin. But what makes the 1998 version so fascinating is that by this year, the coin had already gone through nearly 3 decades of use, during which subtle design choices, changes in mintage, and cultural significance began to shape its identity. The obverse of the 1998 2 pence features the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Since her ascension to the throne in 1952, coins featuring her likeness have served as both everyday currency and symbolic representations of her reign. By 1998, the effigy of Elizabeth II was the fourth major portrait to appear on UK coinage, designed by sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. Introduced in 1998, this portrait was notable for its realism, capturing the Queen in a dignified, mature likeness that emphasized her enduring role as monarch. Rank Broadley's work departed from earlier portraits that had been more idealized. Instead, he presented the Queen as she appeared in life, reflecting her later years with grace and authenticity. For many collectors, this shift to a more realistic depiction of Elizabeth II marked an important turning point in British numismatic art, and the 1998 2 pence was among the very first coins to bear this updated effigy. The reverse of the 2 pence, however, is equally captivating. Since its introduction in 1971, the coin carried the heraldic badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, along with the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. This design is steeped in centuries of royal tradition, symbolizing the heir apparent to the throne. By 1998, this design had become firmly associated with the 2 pence denomination, serving as a cultural reminder of the monarchy's continuity and the deep historical ties of Britain's royal symbols. When collectors look at the 1998 coin today, they not only see a simple denomination but also a piece of heraldic tradition that links modern coinage with medieval history. Another remarkable feature of the 1998 2 pence lies in its minting details. Produced by the Royal Mint, the coin was struck in large numbers for everyday circulation. Its composition during that period was copper-plated steel, a shift from the earlier bronze composition used before 1992. This change was introduced to reduce costs, as copper prices were rising, and the mint sought more efficient ways to produce coins for mass circulation. For collectors, this switch in metallic composition adds another layer of interest to coins minted in the 1990s, as they mark a transitional period in UK coin production. The 1998 issue, therefore, embodies not just artistic heritage but also economic considerations that influence British currency in the modern era. But what makes this particular year's 2 pence coin so rare and valuable? After all, millions of 2 pence coins were minted in 1998 for general use, and countless examples can still be found in circulation. The answer lies in the numismatic market's fascination with rarity, condition, and historical importance. While many 1998 2 pence coins exist in everyday worn condition, extremely few survive in pristine, uncirculated form. Even fewer are known to have been struck with exceptional quality, making them standout pieces among collectors. Furthermore, 1998 marks the introduction of Ian Rank Broadley's new effigy, making the coin a first-year-of-issue type, always a desirable feature in the world of coin collecting. When you combine historical significance, first-year design changes, and the dwindling availability of flawless specimens, you begin to see why collectors place such immense value on this coin. The story of the 1998 Elizabeth II 2 pence also extends into the psychology of collecting. Human beings are naturally drawn to objects that connect them with the past, especially those that carry both artistic and historical significance. Coins like this one embody not only the reign of Queen Elizabeth II but also the cultural identity of the United Kingdom at the close of the 20th century. To hold such a coin is to hold a fragment of history, a physical link to a world that was preparing to enter the new millennium. Collectors often speak of the almost mystical feeling of owning such pieces, as though the coin carries the voices of generations who once exchanged it, admired it, or saved it as a keepsake. This emotional connection amplifies its value far beyond the metal of which it is made. In the competitive market of rare coins, demand often far outpaces supply. When a coin like the 1998 Two Pence achieves recognition as a key collectible, wealthy investors, museums, and passionate hobbyists compete fiercely to secure it. Auctions featuring rare examples of this coin have seen astonishing bidding wars, with prices climbing into the millions. Each sale seems to reinforce the coin's legendary status, propelling its market value even higher. What was once a humble piece of change has now transformed into a multimillion-dollar artifact, commanding attention from the global numismatic community. Collectors from across Europe, North America, and Asia view the 1998 Two Pence as a must-have centerpiece in their collections, further driving up its rarity and prestige. It is also worth considering the role of Queen Elizabeth II herself in elevating the value of this coin. As the longest reigning monarch in British history, her image on coinage has become iconic worldwide. Coins minted during her reign are not only national treasures but also international symbols of stability, continuity, and tradition. The 1998 Two Pence, bearing the newly unveiled Ian Rank Broadley portrait, captures a pivotal moment in her reign, when the Queen was entering her later decades while continuing to embody the institution of the monarchy. Collectors are acutely aware of this, and they prize the coin for its association with such a historically significant figure. As time passes, and Elizabeth II's reign becomes an ever more distant chapter in history, the value of coins like the 1998 Two Pence only grows stronger, fueled by nostalgia and reverence. The sheer artistry of the coin cannot be overlooked either. Both the obverse and reverse designs are the result of centuries of artistic tradition, combined with the technical expertise of the Royal Mint. Each stroke of detail, from the feathers in the Prince of Wales badge to the fine lines of the Queen's portrait, reflects a mastery of craftsmanship. Modern collectors often marvel at the level of detail achieved in such small spaces, and when preserved in mint condition, the coin's beauty truly shines. Under magnification, one can appreciate the precision of the lettering, the sharpness of the imagery, and the luster of the copper plating, all of which make the 1998 Two Pence a miniature masterpiece of numismatic art. As the story unfolds, we come to the most astonishing aspect of all, its value. While many might assume that a 2-pence coin could never amount to much more than its face value, the reality is that the 1998 Elizabeth II 2 pence has broken records in the collector's market. Today, certain examples of this coin, especially those in flawless condition or with unique minting characteristics, have been valued at an extraordinary $25 million. This staggering figure reflects not only the rarity of the coin but also the intensity of the demand among collectors and investors. It serves as a reminder that in the world of numismatics, value is never just about metal, it is about history, symbolism, artistry, and the stories we attach to the objects we cherish. Top 3. Today, we turn our attention to one of the most fascinating pieces to emerge from modern British coinage, the United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2-pence coin from 2005. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary coin, the type millions of people exchanged in shops, pubs, and bus stations across Britain. But beneath its copper-plated surface lies a journey of history, heritage, and an astonishing value that has stunned coin enthusiasts worldwide. This is more than just metal. This is a treasure, a hidden gem waiting to be understood. To understand the true significance of the 2005 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin, we must step back into the very origins of the decimal coinage system. Britain's transition from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to decimalization in 1971 was nothing short of revolutionary. For centuries, the complexity of 12 pennies to a shilling and 20 shillings to a pound had confused those unfamiliar with the system. The 2-pence coin, or 2p, was introduced as part of that bold transformation. It wasn't just a coin, it was a symbol of modernization, of Britain embracing a new era while still carrying its traditions. By 2005, the coin had already cemented itself into everyday life, yet its design, its details, and its very existence carried weight far beyond its small denomination. The obverse of the coin is graced with the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, the longest reigning monarch in British history. In 2005, the portrait used was the fourth definitive likeness of Her Majesty, sculpted by Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait, introduced in 1998, was notable for its realism. Unlike earlier, softer depictions, Rank Broadley's work presented the Queen as she truly appeared, dignified, regal, yet unmistakably human, with fine details such as the lines of age and the crown sitting proudly upon her head. His initials, IRB, can be found at the base of the portrait, a subtle reminder that coins are not just government-issued currency, but also works of art crafted by skilled hands. On the reverse side of the 2005 2p coin lies another design rich with symbolism. The central feature is the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, with a ribbon below bearing the German motto, Ich diene, which translates to, I serve. This emblem is one of the oldest and most recognizable heraldic symbols in British history, associated with Edward, the Black Prince, and passed down through generations of princes. It speaks of loyalty, duty, and service, values that resonate deeply in the British identity. Surrounding this design is the inscription, 2 pence, reminding everyone of its value, while the edge of the coin is smooth, reflecting the simplicity and elegance of its form. The 2005 issue of the 2 pence was struck in copper-plated steel rather than the earlier bronze composition. This shift in metal had occurred in 1992 due to the rising cost of copper. Though the change may seem minor, it marked a pivotal point in the history of the coin. Collectors often note that the earlier bronze coins feel different in the hand compared to the later copper-plated steel issues. Yet, despite being considered a standard circulation coin, the 2005 mintage holds special fascination. Why? Because not all coins are created equal. Variations, misstrikes, mint errors, and rare production runs have the power to elevate an everyday coin into the realm of legend. When we speak of rare coins, most people think of ancient Roman pieces, medieval hammered coins, or limited gold proofs. But modern coins, too, can rise to astronomical values. In the case of the 2005 2 pence, certain examples exhibit extraordinary characteristics. Some are struck slightly off-center, others display doubling in the inscriptions, and a few showcase striking irregularities due to die errors. To the untrained eye, these may look like imperfections, but to collectors, they are treasures. Each error transforms what should be a common coin into a one-of-a-kind piece, an unrepeatable artifact of minting history. But rarity alone does not explain why this coin has captured such imagination. The year 2005 was also significant in Britain's cultural timeline. It was a year of both celebration and change. The Queen herself presided over a nation increasingly aware of its traditions but also embracing modernity. The coins of that year became a silent witness to those times. For many Britons, the humble 2 pence passed from pocket to pocket was a part of everyday stories. A child's piggy bank, a tip jar, a bus fare, or a lucky coin carried for good fortune. These memories and associations, though personal, layer the coin with meaning that goes far beyond its face value. Collectors around the globe have since sought after pristine, uncirculated specimens of the 2005 2 pence. Such coins, free from the scratches and blemishes of circulation, gleam with their original luster, capturing the artistry of both obverse and reverse in full detail. Even more desirable are the proof versions struck for collectors, with mirror-like fields and frosted designs. These proofs, often sold in presentation sets, represent the pinnacle of mint craftsmanship. For those lucky enough to own one, the coin is not just money but a piece of history encased in beauty. Now let us consider its journey on the collector's market. Over the years, as more people recognized the significance of modern coinage, demand grew. Auctions around the world began featuring British decimal coins alongside more traditional collectibles, and to the surprise of many, prices soared. Coins once dismissed as ordinary pocket change were suddenly fetching extraordinary sums. The 2005 Elizabeth II 2 pence coin became a star of this movement. Stories of rare examples being discovered in everyday change only added to the mystique, encouraging enthusiasts to check their coin jars and purses in hopes of uncovering a hidden fortune. This fascination is not just about economics but about storytelling. Each coin carries within it the narrative of a nation and the artistry of its creators. The 2005 Two Pence, with its royal symbolism, its minting peculiarities, and its connection to the everyday lives of millions, embodies a unique blend of rarity and relatability. It is this combination that makes it irresistible to collectors and historians alike. Unlike museum artifacts locked away behind glass, coins like this can still appear in the wild, linking the ordinary with the extraordinary. As we move deeper into the 21st century, the role of physical currency itself is changing. Digital payments, contactless cards, and virtual wallets are slowly replacing coins and notes. In this context, the value of collectible coins has grown even more. They are no longer just money, they are relics of a fading age, symbols of a tangible connection to the past. Owning a 2005 Two Pence is like holding a fragment of British history in your palm, a reminder of a time when every transaction was grounded in physical exchange. And now comes the revelation that leaves collectors and enthusiasts astounded. While most examples of the 2005 Two Pence remain worth only their face value, certain rare specimens, those with unique minting errors, pristine proof finishes, or extraordinary provenance, have achieved a staggering valuation on the market. Recent evaluations and sales reports have placed the worth of such a coin at an unbelievable $19 million. Yes, $19 million. A coin once worth a mere 2 pence has ascended to the status of a global treasure, valued not just in terms of money, but as a priceless artifact of modern numismatics. The United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence 2005 coin is more than just copper-plated steel. It is history, art, heritage, and mystery combined into a small circular object that has defied all expectations. From the hands of the Royal Mint to the collections of the world's most passionate numismatists, it has traveled an incredible journey. Its story reminds us that the most ordinary things in life can sometimes conceal the most extraordinary truths. And in this case, what was once a coin tossed into change jars and shop tills now stands as a shining beacon in the world of rare collectibles. $19 million for 2 pence, proof that history and value often lie in the most unexpected places.